Alright, despite the fact that I had 5 hours of sleep, I seem to have enough concentration that I can actually remember what happened, so that's nice.
Yay.
Yippee.
I do remember that this game will probably get on some sort of hiatus for a while, soon enough, and we might have to move the game up in terms of a little earlier, because, again, work will start, and until I get to work from home and I know what that schedule is going to look like, this game might not happen.
What is
pretty
your
fu-
job? You haven't said it yet.
We'll get to that. How about we focus on the game? Last time, you went to... I don't even know what this place is called.
Gambletown, USA.
Fortune's Hall. Cool. Fortune's Hall, a gambling hall in the middle of nowhere, just outside of town, just like Las Vegas. It's got real Las Vegian vibes in terms of it's just out of town, just legally enough, and it's full of gambling, and it has a stage for a burlesque show. You went over there and discovered that, well, there's something rambunctious going on. After all, there's Zolgath abound, causing all kinds of tribbles and troubles. And it is up to you to solve those tribulations and tribulations. Let's see, I need to remind myself, what is the level up schedule for this book even? Because I don't want to level up for them have to. Oh, you were level bumped, so I still have to think about... there's a button for that, I think. There's a button in the back for a level bump in the PFS section. Which, be a way to do that, I guess. Let's see. It should be 13th level by the start of chapter 13. There's only like 3 chapters, yeah. The dungeon, and might as well be a dungeon. So, anyone here have any opinions about the fact that Paizo's gonna make Abomination Vault for 5? I just want to know why Abomination Vault. Why does everyone think it's so good?
Abomination Vaults, I don't know much about it.
It's got problems.
It's
I know what Safi has said loosely about it.
what have you played it, Dizzy, or?
No, I've mostly just heard you talk about it.
My problem with Abomination Vault can be summarized as such: it's Emerald Spire, but Emerald Spire was like this massive gonzo dungeon of like new things every floor, and it went at a brisk pace, but it was very clearly just a dungeon to dungeon. I think Abomination Vaults works a lot better under 2 circumstances. One, you play the video game, and that's all you do, and everything else is you just want to play Pathfinder 2e to the funnest. 2, you have a party that's immediately out of the gate willing to just dig their hands into Atari and be a part of it. And if you can't get either of those, then the dungeon's going to be lame and the town's going to be minimalistic. In addition, it's due to the way the Pathfinder 2e's balance work, you can't really have too many side quests before the balance just starts getting wonky over time. But that's that. It might work better if you have the players map it out instead of having the actual minimap. But let's get to it, kids. You're in a whole different place where you don't need maps.
We don't need maps.
Last time, I think Literic got and Ruby took a lot of a beating. They took a big beating.
Yeah, Literic got the absolute crap kicked out of him, and then I got a few unlucky hits.
Yeah, Bella and I were happy that we were off in the distance the whole fight.
Yeah, the 2 ranged fighters got to be ranged fighters.
You know, you say that, but don't forget that because you have like more control over when your hit points are depleted, maybe you should use them more. There's cool spells that let you take half the damage someone else takes, by the way, which are really good for the backline fighters who never get into trouble.
Also, Lyric here, just hold that for 4 rounds.
Gosh, that spell so... Let's see. The hymn heightened by 6. Let's see what the numbers look like on this. 14. Who are you healing with this?
Lyric.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a lot of healing for a focus spell.
Yeah, not bad.
Not to mention he gets 14 extra temp hit points, so in total it'd be like 28 times 4. I mean, no, the 28 times 5 is like 140, so that'd be, what, 112-ish hit points total? Gosh, that's a lot for something that takes like an action to sustain. And an action to cast. Oh, 2 actions to... Wait, it has 2 components. It has 1 component, but 2... Alright, Paizo, we need to have a long fucking chat if what I see is true. Because I have had enough of your shit right now. That I don't need you to.
Time to send another strongly worded letter to Paizo HQ.
Dear from software.
I put my paw on Paizo and I go, oh, you think you're so cool because you're CR fucking creature, huh? Crush. Smooch.
Also, I wish we all have him.
Yeah. It's. I think the problem is that if you have multiple of the same, because I think it's supposed to be double verbal, but like write it down as verbal. The you Paizo, you made discrete actions. Oh, at least that's the implication. I think that's not even true. Gosh, I'm not. It would have made so much more sense to compartmentalize spell actions as discrete actions. So it'd be verbal because every action is a thing. It is a verbal spell component casting action. But no, it is a spell has X amount of actions and it just happens to have the same amount of components, I guess. But that's goofy because there's a bunch of spells that get like. I'm losing my shit here. I don't know, I'm going to look at that Fennec with the massive eyes sniffing the ice cream.
That is such a good Fennec.
Such big eyes.
It's the face I make when I look at ice cream.
Oh man. You become like a really stiff pudding. You become all brittle and you're like,
Sorbet.
oh no. You get a fancy whipped cream hat with a cherry on top.
Oh,
It's Christmas time. Oh, I wish just like party time I had a fun one for that one. Point is, you're here to liberate these fine fae who have been summoned by a careless summoner. Send them back home. Festive putty, oh that's great.
Let's check through some of these nearby doors.
yeah, like while we're at the back here, what exactly are these?
These are 5 small cabins. You know, they're simple log cabins, dirt in between the cracks. Each of them contains a simple bed and a chest. These are probably bunkhouses. They're not fancy enough for guests, after all.
Probably for the people who work here, janitors and stuff.
I wanted to complain why are there no healing elements inside these rooms. Then I realized we're on the Isle of Cordos, which is like Mediterranean, so it's probably alright.
Yeah, it's probably humid.
Alright, clickety clack, brick mother's back.
Clickety clack, get my sack.
So is this fence or is this just?
Those are pillars that support the upper floor.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so
probably
just go
like a
under.
balcony.
There's like a half, another floor that covers like a third of the building. Mostly on the northeast side.
I think we should probably finish clearing out the bottom floor since we heard some stuff was going on down there before we head upstairs.
Yeah, it'd probably be smarter not have them on both sides of us.
I could send Peppy on a stealth mission upstairs.
You could.
Keep
But-
getting stuck in doorways.
That's trouble being big.
Thank you.
Go on a diet, garlic.
Garlic too
Garlic
big for
pig.
doors.
He's a big chubby boy. Lederick takes a peek in the kitchen. This is a curtain. You can just walk through it.
Yeah, this was the curtain we saw last time.
You can swoosh through it if you must.
What's going on in the kitchen?
Not much.
Is it a soup or is it a pie?
The unpleasant smell of rotted food hangs in the air, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's your standard kitchen. It looks like someone was in the middle of preparing a great meal.
Oh man, I love one meal.
I do like when my meals are great.
Assuming
Oh
this
no,
door
I
down
lack
here leads
permission.
back out to the hallway.
It does, in fact, lead back out to the hallway. It also leads to 2 toilets, which you can tell because they have the little toilet signs.
Oh man.
This place is fancy as 2 toilets.
They have Gender 1 and Gender 2.
We have gender 1 and political.
Oh yeah, I forgot this This is Paizo land, so odds are they don't have gendered bathrooms.
Also, it's the old days. They probably just didn't anyway.
I mean, bathrooms in general in the olden days were kind of weird.
There's one bathroom for medium creatures and one for small creatures.
I mean, that makes a
One
hell of
for
a lot more
medium
sense.
creature. And one
Large
for
creatures,
3
yes, and-
small.
Sit around the room. And if you're large, you can do it out in the woods.
Yippee.
Yeah, the whole woods.
Because you're
So-
such a big stinky if you...
Which door should we
Well-
through?
There's only one remaining, really.
Yeah, the assumption was that door would lead to the same one that was locked on the other side. And
Yeah.
then there's the one just above Fu. So, I think going into the room that's 50% locked would be a clever idea.
Standing near this door, on the other side, you hear someone putting on some sort of mocking play. As they are speaking with grandiose terms, well, also with a sneering tone.
No, it's a roast.
Oh no, it's the roast of Pamela Anderson.
The horror. Oh, can I?
Before Ruby attempts to open the door, I'm just gonna tap her on the shoulder. That's a +1.
The door in front of you resists attempts to open it, as if there's some sort of large weight on the other side.
Like, how resisting? Like, you can open it a little bit and then it goes dunk. And, like,
A little bit,
hits
and then clunk. And then on the other side, you see a whole stack of weird, awkward furnitures. You know, wood pieces poking every which way.
Can I peek through the door long enough to see if there's a third entrance to the room?
Peeking through the doorway, you'll see a giant rock with a gaping maw dangling well, the rock is huge. The frog is, like, large, and it's dangling in front of itself, while two faceless individuals wearing aprons with large axe-like cleavers, they're putting on a mocking performance, making the frog look really silly, basically. Behind them, you can see something that appears to be a door in the back, which does not, in fact, have anything stacked in front of it.
That'll be our way in then. Let's get around to the back door then.
Yeah.
Hopefully those guys didn't notice us banging the door against the blockade.
Well, they're too busy making soliloquies, my good sir.
Yeah,
Why would they hear you?
that would be silly.
Please, good folk, respect the theatre.
Style from Molina flashbacks.
There's a little pop every time he slips through the door.
It's all slicked up. and ready
You,
to go.
slide through a dressing room and a backstage storage, you know, a place where they keep all the fancy perfumes and makeups, and then a room where they keep all the fake cardboard trees and stuff.
Yeah, all the like pulleys for the curtains and stuff that happens backstage. Alright. Ready to roll, guys? Because there's a bunch of
Ready for the
minis
usual.
behind you.
Actually, hey, Logic. Can I switch spots with you so I can look into the door and shoot through it? Thank you.
Alright. Let's kick open this door.
The door is opened, and you are greeted to the loud and bombastic voice of a huge creature. After all, the larger you get, the greater one's timbre. In this case, you practically feel it resonate through your bones. The individuals on stage are too busy poking and prodding at this large frog that is suspended from the air. A tentacle, to be specific. So what do you do?
I think we should beat him up.
Oh wait, there's like another frog in the back who notices you but doesn't try to like put any attention on your presence.
Take the initiative, I guess. It's way funnier now that I can see him.
Big ol' frogaloo.
Oh.
Slurp.
Big
Jabba the
rock.
Frog?
So dumb.
Frog of the Hut.
All right. So, Miss Heroism. What? Miss Initiative. What do you do? You enter the room, but again, they're like very consumed by this. Unless you call some attention to yourself, they're probably not going to notice. Like, imagine a bunch of theater kids really having at it.
Oh god, I've been involved with that.
I kind of take a second to like think up something heroic to say, and then go like, in the name of the guys we rescued a few minutes earlier, I'm going to fight you.
You suck at this, Ruby.
I'm sorry, I didn't have...
They never had improv class.
Yeah, I'm used to just rushing in and fighting. I didn't think I'd have to do a speech.
Letter cool. We'll take it from here. Ah, foul fiends, release these frogs and let us have battle!
Thank you.
There.
So that.
He puffs his chest out the whole way through, making him an easy target. What a champ.
He's good at that.
He's very good at that. I've heard that he can take more damage than
Really
anyone else.
Actually, I'm gonna help you out there. Once I find it.
What are you doing, Bella?
Oracular warning. Fuyu has fortune. I have misfortune. On initiative.
Alright, there you go. Here's some misfortune for you. Nothing changes. Oh, wait, no. Update participant. No. Reroll initiative. With some fortune. Wow.
Hey, I get to go before Bella.
Wow.
Yeah,
To
the
be-
game does not want me to ever go
To be
first,
fair,
and
a lot of
always
people
wants.
rolled very high. You needed like a 17 to get ahead of these guys. Yeah, there's some big boys in there. Anyway, let's commence. The big rock drops the frog, who sort of tumbles into the fancy furnishings up front. Crash. Be glad that this is only a large rock, and not in fact the great mighty Pooh, although quite by volume similar.
He's probably got the same amount of gravitas to his voice.
Yeah, I was about to say, probably has the same singing voice, which is an amazing voice, but
For context, the rock in front of you has eyes all over itself, and several large tendrils that come out of its mouth, sort of like a standing upright sarlacc pit.
oh, that gives me a lot of things to shoot.
It whips out these long, spindly tendrils to grab Ruby and Lederick, who are probably far easier for it to consume than a large frog.
Uh-oh.
Ruby is entirely tied up, and Lederick is gripped. And then it just hoists Lederick in. Oh, wait, no. Lederick's actually fine, because I forgot. MAP applies. And then he goes chompy. However, both you and Lederick could take that, so that's you're fine. Ruby, unfortunately, your offbeat comedy routine hasn't really worked out for you. They're all hecklers.
Never does.
We're about to get Chris rocked.
I didn't do anything wrong though. 7.
You need a 38 to make that. DC's 38.
Guess I'll go again.
Man, Great Mighty Pooh is a great name. It's got a lot of syllables to it. Pooh ends with you, rhymes with you.
It's also very descriptive. Like, properly descriptive.
Dun, 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 dun. Unfortunately, you're all tied up by this fine fella.
Can't do anything. This is not going to plan.
get a plan?
Frog hops out of here. Ooh, and it's gonna leave it to you.
The plan was
Gosh.
win.
Gosh. Well, Have at you, Roderick. This man has with him a large, beautiful. Ooh, what's this? Undetected by the target. Well, kind of hard when you're putting out a large theater performance. But he does wield with him.
Maybe they're very stealthy theater performers.
He will attempt to grab Lederick. Lederick, however, goes for the counter grapple. Lederick stays #blessed. In frustration, he heaves his cleaver. Whoosh. Lederick Bunyan is a man who fights with one hand free, giving him the liberty to use his longsword while he grapples a man. Which is, I mean, a dagger would be a lot easier to stab someone with, but sure, Lederick, you can do things your way. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean he can't use his cool finisher.
Oh, so he is a swashbuckler.
Effectively, yes. He goes, ha ho ha ha! A smack for thee and a smack for thee! These guys are not so tough. These guys are not so tough! Well, push kapow! And then he will try to maintain that grapple. Don't forget, don't copy that floppy. He fails! The guy in the back decides that this ain't gonna work, so he starts scooping away all the debris in front of the door. For you. Oh. For you.
Okay, so the Faceless Butcher is definitely a bad guy.
I mean, he's attacking Lederick, and Lederick seems to have no qualms attacking him.
Okay, well, he's about to get shot. He's
Pew.
looking to get shot, so I'm going to look at him. I'm going to hunt him and the Great Mighty Pooh. So I can do both at once.
I mean, the Great Mighty Pooh is like massive cover from you.
Yeah, I could slightly see it through around, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not shooting at it, thankfully. So I'm going to take a shot. Stupid thing. One sec, I have to fix something on my sheet, annoyingly. Just take a moment.
Just take a minute and sit right there.
Did they fix arrows yet?
No idea.
Well, thankfully I have some basic ones. I'm gonna shoot that dude. Like this.
Hit him.
Oh, cool. Now shoot some people. That's cool. The mist.
Okay, and then I shoot again. This time twice. Because
Pew
that
pew.
skill is really useful.
Hit. Miss.
So I get one shot.
Pew pew.
Is he a demon?
Surprisingly not.
That actually does surprise me slightly.
The monster humanoid merger has been awkward. Alora,
Yeah.
also known as Baby in the Back. What are you doing?
I run in. Or at least as far as I get. Ugh.
You get stuck in the door where Ruby is flailing.
Ah,
Uh,
hep. Mods, hep.
then what I will do is I will hit them with I can only do it 2 action, but 5th level concordant choir.
As you begin to cast a spell, one of the creature's large tendrils whips around the corner at you.
What?
And you find yourself incapable of completing the spell because you are completely tied up in its large tentacle.
Some of me were.
I'm gonna invent an insult for this because it's pissing me off that much.
So the spell was wasted.
Effectively, yes.
Ah.
The creature had. Oh man, how come your mom lets you have 2 tasty treats?
Because I tentacle like a champion.
What is barbed maw? Upon striking with its jaws, can it send its barbed teeth, immobilizing the creature unless it succeeds? Ooh, that's great. We're gonna go with that. First for Ruby, because she looks like she's a nice canned-up treat, and then the second one is for Bella. Go no!
Everything loves a hot meal.
It has completely failed at this particular attempt.
Good.
How does this work? Oh, like that. That's cool. Ruby, large, grinding, chainsaw-like teeth grate at your armor, but have mostly a few scratches. Although I think most hardness skill implies that unless this rock is tougher than steel, it's not going to get very far.
This is true. That is how the hardness scale typically works. Although typically the most hardness scale isn't used for metals.
Metals can get out of here.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Used all 3 of my actions, but I did it.
Bloop. Wait. There's something I forgot. Give me a moment. I gotta check something, and then I'll tell you whatever not even had to roll in the first place. Grapple. How long does the grapple last? Grapple. Target is restrained until the end of your next turn. You never re-grappled, so you're free. You just start your turn free.
Oh, okay. All that came from a different timeline. Gotta start smashing the hell out of this rock for having the gall to try and grab me.
Rocks don't grab. It's
Yeah.
rude.
That's not how
Get a
that
pickaxe
works.
already.
Got a big hammer, does that count?
No, you hit him anyway. If you get a railroad spike, maybe. I've been working on a railroad. You notice that you do less damage as a result of just how much rock you're hitting. You imagine that something super sharp like adamantine might get through it a lot easier, but you're gonna have to make do with what you got.
Do what I got with what I got. Those were almost words. Second swing, power attack. Nope.
Unfortunately, fortune does not favor the bold.
We're all having issues.
It's entirely plausible that 5 hours of sleep isn't exactly enough for a person, though. Why does this guy have the melee cleaver attack twice on a sheet? I don't know. Why give him a fist attack? Does he ever actually throw his cleaver or anything? I don't even know.
It
What if
is
I just
maybe
saw it?
one for two-handed cleaver. I don't know.
I don't know. The damage is the same. It's just kind of weird. I guess it's importing problems. Suppressed alignment. When using their change shape ability, they lose their alignment aura. So that doesn't. So this is the funniest shit I've ever heard, right? You know the spell, what's it called? Divine Lance?
Yeah.
This doesn't help against that. Detect alignment is an uncommon spell, but Divine Lance can always detect alignment. I don't.
It
just.
sense that it only works. On
I'm kind of every day. Something else makes me a little angry about Paizo, and today it is. They made a whole big deal about making all these spells that give you information that people don't like uncommon, but at the same time they make a game where none of that shit matters, and then they make an alignment system that just. I flail my little hands at him. I want to know what Abomination Vault looks like in 5e, just to know what the monsters look like. Yeah, the only difference between these two that I can see is that one of the cleavers actually has 2 strike less, which means that one of them is just worse for no reason. Take a look. Exactly the same.
Huh.
Point is, now that we've all learned something fun, I forgot this thing is an aura, because I really think that Foundry should just support these goddamn things by basics. Being near this thing is unnerving. Because, it's faceless. It's Uncanny Valley cranked up to 11, because we're in Magic Land, baby.
It's a big lumpy man.
So how about you roll this nice thing?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Letterick is a little off put. Dizzy's fine because she just
I'm big brave.
puff up your chest, make it happen. Cleavers go! A whirlwind of knives, but Letterick, despite his fear, can hold his ground. After all, he's a swashbuckler. He only has to worry about one guy because Big Mountain is eating everyone else. Ah. First mosquito bites of the season. It's great.
No.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is on my calf. So it feels a little extra bloated because it's directly on the muscle. All right, Letterick. What are you going to do to make the situation better for everyone else? Well, first he's going to throw up his dueling parry. Wow. Because he's no longer grappling and everything. Let's see, what does it take to guiding finish? He doesn't even get panache because he's an NPC.
Oh.
He gets the special rules in return for not having quite as many features.
And
Because then the GM doesn't have to keep track of that. Smile.
His sword dances in the air. Hiya! Guiding finish. Wow.
This is like
Swoos.
seeing the other side of this.
Swoos. Whoops. And to hit that one. There you go. What does this thing do?
On the other side, you're just adjacent.
To space he can reach, even moving the target through his own space. What? On Felt Strike, he can still... Oh, that's pretty cute. But Letterick will just... Oh, he can't move him anywhere, actually. You know what, Letterick? Let's see some of those acrobatics in action. Let's get the hell out of dodge. What? Actually, let's put him over here.
He does the Mega Man slide.
Jump, jump, slide, slide. Da, 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 da. No, wait. No, wait. No. You go south, then there, then there. Then we go over here. I presume the garlic starts to growl. For you. You are being flanked.
Wait, I am?
There's someone coming through
Well,
the door to the backstage storage.
Yeah, not
Not
mechanically, just
Yeah. Just as another dude.
Okay, so first I'm gonna work on the one I already have hunted.
Good plan.
With this ability.
What you got?
Enchanting arrow.
Enchanting arrow.
Ooh.
So I do an extra 3d6 damage on my hit, and if I crit, he's stunned for a turn.
Criminal. Let's see it happen. Critical hit.
So yeah, it happened.
Well, then give me the damage. That's a sad roll.
I was going for the other one.
Oh.
I was going for one we were already
Oh.
working on, because focusing fire is a good plan.
No, it's not. When has that ever worked out for anyone?
And he
What
also
kind of an
takes...
idiot would
The
suggest
bad
that?
guys, it might have worked out for them, but why would it work out for you? You're not the bad guys.
He also takes another 13. And he's stunned.
The creature is either very greasy or he's sweating.
And then I'm going to use my next action to... Screw it, I'm going to try to just kill this one, because that's probably the best plan I can do.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Rat-a-tat-tat.
Nope.
Unfortunately,
Tried.
Ruby. Alora.
yeah. I'm gonna try to get out the crisp.
Wait until the end of its next turn, which has already passed.
Oh, so I'm no longer crisp.
Yeah.
Alright. Then I'm gonna move out of its range, which I assume is off the stage.
Well, since you're trying to
Really?
leave, it still wants to take a little nibble before you go.
Eh.
Hump.
Oh, that hits.
Chomp.
Oh,
Ah.
jeez.
You
This
make a
is why
quick
running
duck and cover
is good.
into the crowd.
Taking a bite out of
And
crowd.
then, I'm just gonna, since that thing's a rock, I'm not gonna go for that thing. I'm gonna just hit good ol' guy who can be lanced. Why?
Blast him.
Dog. Wait, I'll just hero point that for success, because why not?
We'll probably kill him.
No! Don't
The
kill me with your
list.
goodness. Blech.
Begin!
Too many puppies enter his mind.
See, at first he was the arrow entering his forehead, and then he was like, "Wait, but what about puppies?" And he just died.
What about puppies? Well, Lederick is the obvious easy target here, since Ruby seems to be having too much fun.
Guy
So here
standing in
come-
front of him,
So here
flanks him.
comes the chainsaw mouth. Hang hang. I don't know how Lederick is able to dodge both of those, but he is. Probably like sticks a sword in there, mouth held open. Creature can't bite down on him like this. It's like an alligator. Ruby. What do you do?
Alright,
You're technically flanking.
that's handy.
Thanks, Lederick.
Well, I'm gonna give Garlic 2 actions with one thing. So they can kind of step forward to give Fuyu a bit of space to block this guy. And then
Space.
try and intimidate him. He opened the door and didn't expect a big dragon behind it.
He sure didn't.
And then over on my turn, I'll retarget that, and then I'll go power attack right off the bat. A big swing.
Bada swing. That's a crit.
Hiya!
Excuse me. I need to subtract 10. Boom! A large section of rock flies off into the distance. You see some kind of slimy orb, heart-like thing in the center that wiggles into the shadows of the rock structure as you do that.
Oh yeah, because my hammer has greater crushing, it's also clumsy and enfeebled too, to the end of my next turn.
Clumsy and enfeebled. Clumsy how much?
2.
Oh. Oh boy. Well, there goes the armor class!
Now we can hit it.
It's 30. It's 30 if you're flanking it.
Man, I have plus 30. I can't miss.
Mees. Well, what do you want to do? You have an action left. Oh, no, wait, you commanded. Yeah.
Yeah, I commanded them power attacks. That's all 3.
Lederick goes wiggle, 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 and it's a lot easier now that this thing has been enfeebled. How much easier? Not that much easier, but he is free. Ha ha ho ho! Takes a step. Ho ho! Get behind me, fair lady, and watch as I show to you the finest swordsmanship you've ever seen. Ha ha! Ho!
Oh, one of them worked.
Sure did. That's... Oh, actually I have to add this to it, so that's 30. 30 exactly. You know, this guy's now actually anxious. He's a little worried about this big boy. One arm forward, as if a shield. The other arm reeling backwards. He steps forward and swing! Bada swings! Garlic, no!
One of those hits.
Fool you go!
Okay. So because I have the Grikutog already hunted, I could do something just to show off a little bit.
Yeah.
Ignore all cover. I'm gonna ricochet my arrow off of Ruby.
Clink.
Hey,
Gosh, it is all... Oh,
Appropriate with a shield.
well, if it's a level 14 feet, I guess it makes perfect sense, huh? Give him the goods.
My abilities let me, and my extra arrows will work on it.
Listen, I can't tell. That's good. I can't tell you why a rock is resistant to alignment damage or critical or mental damage just by being purely physical. But that's
Try to use
Because
the mental deck.
morals are rock solid.
So is that a normal hit or a
that's a
crit?
critical hit. I told you that already.
Okay, I just heard to hit.
Krakatoa.
And then I will adjust my hunted because I can do that. So I also am hunting the butcher. And then I'm going to double shoot the butcher.
Rat-tat-tat.
Ooh.
Hit. Give me that side hug.
Oops.
Garlic, no.
Garlic, no! Why did garlic just explode?
Click the wrong button.
Ba-da-pa, ba-da-pa.
Just I do all these hits.
Alora!
And then also garlic just-
Yeah.
Your turn. Go.
Alright. I'm gonna.
Letteric is fighting for your honor.
I'm gonna just hit this boy with a just concordant choir. Just the verbal.
Abracadabra, abracadoo.
So
Appreciate your attempt to try and make a rock vibrate very hard, but
Yeah.
no.
ring ding ding. But that's about it.
We need. At least it was only one action.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. Well, I can't divine lance it because obviously.
Got up your sleeves.
What do I have up my sleeves that won't be wasted? I actually can't hit a rock.
I just noticed the adjectives of the two big frogs, and I'm like, what kind of show was this?
The reason you can't hit a rock, Bella, is because you're American. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Jokes.
Geopolitical jokes. Yeah. All right,
Okay,
Bella, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm just gonna hit it with admonishing ray. It won't
Also,
kill it.
Bella, can I give you a quick tip, by the way?
What?
Discordant Choir's one action version is only verbal, so if you're ever in the range of an attack of opportunity guy who's got you locked down, verbal doesn't trigger. For the most part.
Doesn't
Ah,
have a manipulate.
oh yeah.
You gotta do the
Gotcha.
swoosing with your fingers.
Your fingies.
You shoot a non-lethal ray at this big boy. Go for it. His
What
AC
I
has
can
never
do.
been trashier. Give me the goods. Come on.
Really good.
You do 4 damage. Awesome.
Hey, at least it did damage.
Oh. Oh. It's had enough. It's had enough of you two. Oh gosh, I forgot. I was about to say it plucks the arrow out, and then I remembered. Wait, that's an interact action.
Kill it. Kill it.
Do it, Dizzy. You can do it.
You did it.
50.
You double
I've
did it.
been working on a railroad. Rocks and
Would pluck
chunks
the arrow out.
fly.
Put the arrow back in.
Rocks and chunks fly everywhere as your maul crashes through its giant form and into the soft and squishy core at the center. Splort. The entire stage is covered in a thin veneer of something black and greasy. Ew! Oh, it's Ruby's turn, if I recall correctly. The center stage is now just mostly filled with a light drizzling of debris.
Well, hop. Door's closed. Hop over garlic. Hi, buddy. gonna hit this guy now. Is that okay?
Hit it back too.
The numbers say yes.
Oh gosh.
I'm bonking.
Best to be bonkin' is the old American saying. Best to be bonkin'.
Pretty sure it says that on the flag.
Lederick, how fast are you? Despite being a swashbuckler, he does not in fact have the huge speed increase, so he'll have to make do.
He is not Kujan.
Skipped leg day.
This creature,
Which one
realizing
is
that
like
he is
that?
surrounded by evil, for him at least, tries to book it and almost immediately bumps into Lederick.
Oh god, he's
Also
gonna
bumps
die
into
now.
a big hammer.
But he's faceless.
Why don't you- That's a crit. Help him on the way with a nice big swing. Lederick doesn't
Swing,
even get a
man.
chance. He just watches this guy face plant and slide in front of him. And the fight is over. Bam! And the dirt's gone, as they say.
That's what I need to get for a second. Right back.
3
God.
shots from kitchen gun.
Dang it, Claire.
She's currently streaming Risk of Rain too.
God damn it, Claire. I will send her an angry letter. There.
What'd you say?
I mean, you can read it.
The French chat. Claire's life.
Beat her up from every possible direction at once. Bam! Bam!
The Safley signature omnidirectional bully blast.
Get. Discord's out again. Hi, Darkus. Looks like Discord shut the bed again. Everyone's a comic. Don't be a Comic Sans. Everyone's playing Kirby of Forgotten Land, but I need to buy new Joy-Cons before I can buy that game because guess what happened to mine?
Got eaten
It-
by a ghost.
It's the thing that Nintendo likes to pretend doesn't exist.
Our friends the drift. Pretty sure you can send them to Nintendo and they'll fix them for you.
It's not the kind of drift that I like. I don't want to. I don't even think this thing is in warranty because I bought it all the way at the beginning. But yeah. Their fixes aren't that great either.
I mean, I got mine fixed and this still worked ever since.
Still.
Apparently, they are still offering Joy-Con drift repairs for free, even if you're outside of warranty.
Lol.
Because that is a permanent thing they're doing.
Why can't they just make a better goddamn Joy-Con?
Well, you see, that would cost more money, actually.
Why would I like that it costs them?
This is Nintendo. Their entire history is them skimping out.
Doing the dumb thing instead of the smart thing.
Once in a while, they do a smart thing. The DS was a friggin' marvel. Like, I was talking to Ringo about that earlier. The DS is kind of amazing how well it worked.
Welcome back, Bella.
Baby Bella.
Gosh.
Alora's just enamored by those two just Adonises of duplicates.
They are, in fact, immense frogs. And what's even better is that the art that they use. Let me see if I can pull it out for you. The fun part about the art is, oh yeah, because they changed how they import things. Because they changed how they import things. Their artwork comes with a little background of the stage. It's great. It's like is an alt.
It's like, where? I'm wide.
It's that frog. It's him from the Patapon. Yeah.
The frog.
Forgot his name, but the memory will live on. Uh, Point is, these are intense frogs. Very intense. Very large.
Are you two the parents of the tadpoles?
I
I
d-
say in Sylvan.
I honestly don't know if they can actually swallow their tongues or if those are just permanently out.
Bleh.
That is a great question to which I do not have an answer. We'll just say that their tongues stay out the whole way. Why not?
I'm gonna clear off a little slot on the edge of the stage and sit down on the edge of it.
Fuck is an etheric fiber?
It's like when a
Fiber
fiber's
optic for the
appearing.
old days.
Just focusing on scraping the goo off my armor and my hammer. Ugh.
Oh. It's an aura that keeps you close. Point is, these are two very, very large, intense frogs. Slimy as it gets, shimmering under the stage lights that have been haphazardly aimed all over the place. Whenever they ribbit, the ground shivers and shakes. Man, look at that little baby. Put a top hat on him.
Yeah, I asked them in Sylvan if they're the parents of the tadpoles or if they're just frogs.
You basically get a yes back.
Oh, all right.
They are, in fact, the big boys.
All right, we found the parents.
Indeed, you
Uh,
have.
Shall be happy to know that you are unharmed,
Most certainly.
though
Was-
a little molested. But
They seem to have found their time as stage props quite unpleasant, and now delight in their newfound relaxation and freedom, although they would much prefer being sent to from whence they came.
oh, from which did you come?
Considering their background, probably the first world. That's usually where these Fey things come from.
Yeah, that's the Fey dimension.
Here you go. Yep, they are from the first world.
I don't know if I could help you there. I technically I could, cause I haven't taken any of my bonus spells from
Well-
1 feet that allows me to take from other domains.
Well, they'll politely tell you that the big problem right now is that they've been summoned, and the summoning circle is kind of binding them in place until they fulfill some sort of goal, but they're not sure who's supposed to give them a goal, or if that person ever is going to show up, so maybe just break the circle and I think it'll be good.
Where is this circle?
Somewhere upstairs last time they checked. There's still some people trapped up there, too.
All right.
Good news, that's where we were headed next.
Well, before you get to go, though, heroics do not go unrewarded, and one of them curls their tongue, like rolls it up like a chameleon. And then it extends outward, offering you a slimy prize.
Who? My.
Great.
What is the reach on those tongues, anyway? None.
No.
They have no reach. That's goofy.
I mean, frog tongues are usually like shorter than you would expect.
No, but look, usually when they make frog enemies, they give them like the big bleh attack.
Yeah, so they can swallow.
Oh no, it's the sheet that's wrong. This tongue has 15 feet of reach.
Jesus. That's me on a good day.
Even Fuyu can get slurped.
Hey, we could buy Sir Metal Fist probably.
Yeah, we got a diamond.
We got 9 of them. We can melt them down into a diamond. Into an ingot. This is Minecraft.
And go to the
Yeah, we just need to go and get some wood.
want to go to the Ruby Fist tournament and buy a robot.
Look, every other one of our characters is shown up there.
Yeah.
That's how our team loses the tournament. We sell Metal Fist
Thanks, Claire.
to ourselves.
Thanks, Claire.
Who wants the Fade Band?
Well, I'm not trained in stealth, so
I don't have much use for it.
Just hold on to it
Sell
for
it.
now.
Sell it. We will. But I'll hold on to it.
Hey, don't say that in front of them.
Florp.
It was a gift.
We're gonna regift it.
Oh, we got 9 diamonds. Oh yeah, we can make an ingot.
Here.
Actually, we can make a block.
Just like half a human.
Make a diamond block. Well,
Oh, next step, heading up those stairs to the next floor.
they're large corpuses squiggle and wiggle through the doorways.
Mm.
Luckily, they're so greasy, it goes super easy. They're so
Wiggling their
swimy.
Wiggling their little legs as they get stuck in the door.
Little kicking at the area. Slip, slip,
Alright.
slip.
Right.
Captain.
Probably be easier if I ask for a teleport. Rather than trying to squeeze garlic through all these doors.
XR just kind of going up, stairs.
Thanks, boss.
Thanks, Chief.
If you do you want to move? There you go. Taking your time, Token. Taking your time.
Whoosh.
Oh, gotta knock on my door. Be right back.
Oh no. Under attack.
Poor Bella. No hope. Walking up the stairs, reach the humble upper floor, where the front door is open.
It's usually a good sign, right?
Not really, as when you peek through, you see two.
Oh.
One of them is clawing at the door over to the east. The other one is clawing at the door to the south. Both of which do not appear to relent to their efforts.
I'm back.
I'm
Baba.
back.
There are things up here.
There's big men.
Oh, it's those men.
It is those, also known as Gugs.
Gugs. Jinkies. Well, I'm gonna stab one of them. So fully aware these guys are big meanies.
Mm-hmm. Give me a moment. Alright. You decided to make an opening swing? Go for it.
Yep.
God dang it, Die, you're in the way. And Garlic, you don't get initiative. Always so anxious about it. Let me just shift click through this one.
Yeah, my ears. Hey, you're not last for you.
Actually went before all of the bad guys this time. Letteric, however, is too excited. First we have to resolve that attack. Let's take a look. Gug of any resistances, no. Take the damage. Kaboom. Letteric charges up the stairs past all of you with his refined acrobatics. Hiya! Ho ho! Hee hee. And then he just kind of pops past Garlic. Bloop.
Power
And that
slides.
you
Tokyo
could make an
drifts.
attack, but he's too fancy for that. He goes for a slide between the knees, and it seems that Gugs are not that acrobatic because he makes it to the other side. Ruby.
Okie dokie. Use Garlic's action to intimidate first off. Ooh. Garlic does not like Gugs. And they do not like him.
Oh God. Gug goes,
Okay,
ah!
And then,
He's pretty.
normal slash.
Ooh. How long is this gonna last?
Who knows? And then the second one's going to be a knockdown.
And he can also move back 5 feet, but ooh.
I like him where he is.
Ooh.
Let's take. Oh God! That's one spicy meatball.
Bonus for being knocked down.
Oh, I fell and I can't get up.
Wait, did you take the other?
Take the other what? Oh, there's another one up there. Oh God.
Yeah, there are 2 crits.
The twofer.
Thanks.
Smile.
Thanks
Fighter.
for you.
Okay. The fighter decided to stay in the doorway, so
Sorry, Chief.
I'm gonna have to go actually inside to get a shot. So I can just go in and hunt it and shoot it. I get to hunt both of
Shoot it.
them.
Into its
I'ma
open
shoot it.
mouth.
Yeah, in its stupid face.
Pew pew. Oh,
Has us lying on the ground, just like back of a head.
The arrows.
crit.
How about breach and clear, guys?
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, its body goes just over the other. I was like, wait, what?
You are covered in its foul liquor.
I just assumed the logic is, but I'm done. That's all I got.
Laura, do something. Quick.
Alright.
Laura, the job's half over.
The other guy sure is nervous.
Okay. That's where I was going. I'm just gonna target that guy down there. Who, if he could see, should be intimidated. Not by me, but by everyone else.
I mean, he hasn't even turned away from the door yet.
Violence.
Rat-tat-tat. Rat-tat-tat.
In the butt.
My butt.
Get butted on.
Finally, he gets a chance to turn around, charge forward. Claws at the ready. Swoosh, whoosh, swow, wow.
Where'd the other guy go?
Wasn't there 2 of us?
Hardly matters. Letteric deftly dodges and rolls. Whoosh, wah. Ha ha ho. Hee hee. Ho ho. Have at him, Letteric. Let him taste foul steel.
I hope his steel's not foul. That'd just be weird.
Yeah, please wash your steel.
Never.
Where's steel condom?
If you ask him that again, he will, in fact, start saying solace quotes.
Oh no.
No.
No. Souls will show up.
We left him behind for a reason.
Oh my God, get a load of that fox. A nerd.
See this nerd.
Oh, that one.
Eh.
He's scrum.
He yelling. Hiya.
Alright. Breach and clear, guys.
Yeah.
That was enough. Okay.
Those dogs then literally did not know what hit them.
They went splort.
That was a good warm up. Let's see what they were so desperate to get into these doors.
Let's take a look.
Kara was probably wears off by this point.
Oh man, it's the Yeen that yells. God,
Yelling you.
he's gone. Why would you do that, Bella? I'm the one who makes Claire go away. Bam. Anyway, the door in front of you is locked.
Gonna politely knock.
There's someone on the other
Wow.
side who would like to know who's still alive over there.
No, I had thieves' tools. I could just unlocked it.
I mean, knocking is more polite. We're a bunch of, well, circus folk the town sent to kind of clear this place out. because there was a whole bunch of monsters and stuff going on.
Man, that was a positive presence on town. They said a bunch of
Yeah, I
circus.
was just about to say that.
I know, it's weird when you actually pause to think about it.
Nah, it's just the CP in a nutshell, really. All right. Well, the door is opened up. Soon enough, and inside the room are two frogmen and a big old something bird.
That's a Boyd.
They would like to know if you happen to have already taken care of the theater business downstairs.
As a matter of fact, we just got back from that.
Oh.
There's slime all over the stage now. It's probably going to need a wash, but yeah, it's dealt with.
What kind of slime is the follow-up question they ask. Because don't
Black
forget,
squeezed from a rock.
good, because you kind of almost hinted at potential
No,
frog
not
injury.
Not that kind of slime.
Well, they would like to know if you have any plans on helping them in particular.
Well, we heard there was a summoning circle that was apparently binding you guys to this dimension plane thing
hmm
somewhere up here. So we're kind of looking for that at the moment. Figured we'd
In
send
this
people
case-
on the way.
They hand you a key, which will open the door to the south. And they would also like to offer you something as a reward for your kindness, for sending them home and helping out.
Yeah.
It is the item in the loot pile.
Darkwood Violin by a legend.
It's a Stradivarius.
No, I'm not allowed to say that.
His name is copywritten, because Disney's extended the deadline once more.
Yoink. Thank you. Put that in the yoink pile.
Nicely yoinked. Whoop.
Well, we don't plan on standing in your way.
They'll go downstairs as quickly as they can to see how the young ones in the pond are doing. You might imagine they might have some concern for their offspring.
Yeah, probably.
Well, at least they got to
Most of them.
at least they got to hang out in a nice room with some nice chairs.
Yeah,
And
it looked
bird.
comfy in there. And a bird.
Yeah, it does look very comfy.
There's just a bedroom off to the side. There's really no combatants left, so go ahead. It's all quiet.
I guess the Gugs, didn't know which door they were behind.
I mean,
They seem very smart.
they really couldn't effectively attack one door together, so. Oh, watch out, Dizzy.
Ah, golly, no.
Plops out the other side. Entering this room, you are faced with a small library, at the center of which sits an unusual element, as in something you don't see in every library. There is a large circle which is made of, what's that stuff called that grows in ponds? We call it, like,
Lily pads?
no, the smaller stuff. Like that green coating that you often get.
Like
Scum?
algae?
Algae?
Not algae.
Pond scum.
Pond probably that. There's a ring of pond scum and like water lilies and associated water accoutrements, including fish bones.
Cattails.
Probably. They probably use incense like candles if anything. The point is that such a circle has been constructed, and it seems to likely fizzle and crackle with strange energies. It'll mostly upset Alora, who is a little bit more attuned to the planar nonsense, being cosmic and everything.
Eh.
The best way to describe this circle is it's a very big hole that sort of cuts all the way through the plains, all the way to the first world, and creates this sort of anchor hole. So yes, it would in fact keep summoned creatures stuck here for a while.
Well.
Careful you don't fall in, Bella.
Yeah.
Can
Nah.
I Arcana at it and disable it?
Let's have a look. Give it a go. Let's see what you know.
I want to fall in and end up in Endgame Kingmaker.
God dang it, Kingmaker. Get those half-naked booby ladies out of here. I want to fight a real man in heavy armor who rolls like he's a rogue in light armor and wields a weapon 7 times my size like it's Elden Ring. I don't want him to have any political motivations. He's just doing it because it's fun.
It says something
so-
vague at the beginning and after the fight.
Yeah, he just does bullshit and then turns on his AirPods.
The only way to defeat the final boss is to cheese him. That's so Pathfinder. All right, you think you have a way you can take care of this, and you spend some time rearranging the ingredients until the circle just goes and ceases to have any noticeable effect. As in, the weird vibes in the room seem to have subsided.
As soon as I think I fixed it, I just look over at Ruby to see if she's doing well. She's the canary.
Oh, Ruby's fine.
Kind of shrug. I'm still here.
And it spits a box out.
No, it doesn't spit a box out. There's just some cool stuff over on a desk.
Yeah, like I assume as we're like figuring that out, we're probably looking for like notes and papers in the shelves and find some stuff.
Lederick notices that things have been solved, and he'll quickly take a look outside. So while you're busy with checking out the room and everything.
Ooh, scroll of haste and scroll of slow.
Oh man, that Druid's vestments would be really good if we had a different character played by Dizzy.
So don't forget those are the upcast versions, aka the ones that affect like multiple people at once.
Yeah.
May's already got one of those.
And Stone of Flesh would have been useful 10 minutes ago.
God, that would have
Oh,
fucked him
that
up
would've
real
been
bad.
horrifying.
Do you want to fight a
Yeah,
gibbering
we went from
mouther?
Giant Rock to actually Java.
Now, what I think actually would happen is, since it really only can control stone, it would just be like the core just bounces on the ground. Like
Oh,
it's
no,
the
it's just a pile of meat.
it's the weakness phase of a boss, of a Zelda boss.
Grab these scrolls.
Dump the treasure in the bag. Some pretty picture books with a whole bunch of cool pictures of plants.
Bea probably would be able to understand it.
Probably. Don't even know if she can read.
Well, Letterer comes back soon enough, telling you that there are no more frogs outside. There's a lot of slime that they left behind, but that's about it.
Sounds like they made it home. Well,
At the very least, they're not here.
yeah, they're not here anymore. They're somewhere.
It's not your problem, as they say.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, Lederick is glad that this whole situation has been resolved.
Yippee! We
Those
do-
last
do
two
that-
Dougs were kind of disappointing, honestly.
We do that jump and freeze frame in the air.
Well, in case you forget, you are like a few levels higher than you should be, to compensate for the fact that you're missing a whole party member. But hey, yeah, sure. Go ahead and tempt me.
I'm definitely not wanting to.
You know what happens when you tempt me. I start playing these things with ruthless efficiency, and suddenly you're like, oof.
Also, I just kind of look at the destroyed circle and look at my hand. It's just like, oh, I mean, yeah.
What
that
about it?
worked out. I could have probably dispelled that, and then we could have destroyed it easily.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Well-
we figured it out.
Comes with downsides though. You can't just dispel something and expect it to work out right. It's kind of like, what's the stuff again? Not bleach, but the stuff you use to get paint off.
Paint stripper.
Ammonia?
No, no, no.
Ammonia is
That's something like it's got a name like varnish. Tarnish? No.
varnish is the stuff that goes on there.
Yeah. Whatever. The point is, it's kind of the equivalent of mixing your chlorines with your gases, as it were. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you get a backlash and you end up with a portal to hell instead.
Yippee! Mustard gas.
Exactly.
So how does this work? Do I just click it and do the?
Yeah, counteract is just a spell check. The spell you cast dispel at the level you cast the spell is what determines the level you use. It's
Oh,
Weird.
so I should probably get that at as
signature,
a
yes.
signature.
I would like to point out that the spell magic is alright. The fact that they use the system for things like remove paralysis and fear is the worst.
Yeah.
In fact, in general, I don't like the counteract system very much because a lot of systems in Pathfinder 2e, everything doubles up in favor of big boss guys. Okay, so you're a big boss guy. What does that mean? One, your spells are higher level, which means that they're harder to dispel and have more incapacitation capacity. Your DCs are higher, so it's harder to dispel and you have better capacity. You probably have more spell slots to begin with. You probably also just have more hit points and the ability to deal with the players. Everything scales in favor of them. So anything that adds on top of that, like counteract systems, just makes it worse.
Yeah, it just makes it feel bad.
Well, you've taken care of this particular set of business, and as Luderick will politely inform you, the siege isn't over yet.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We still have like.
There's a whole army out there, buckos.
This was mostly unrelated to that.
Now, that army is mostly consistent out of a bunch of disjointed encounters that I'm pretty sure exist exclusively for the benefit of getting you the experience you need to level up. Because, again, there's no overworld map, there's no real flow to it. It's just like this is a place you can go to that you can break up. But you know, and I know, that you really don't have to fight the whole army to get this to end, right?
Cut off the head of the snake.
Exactly. And you might not be the sneakiest heroes, but
Sure do hit hard. Smile.
delightful. As
I mean,
mentioned,
how many things have arrows in their foreheads?
as mentioned, you make your way back to town at some point. Steppy, steppy, back to town we go. With your big old bag of loot in hand. If I recall correctly, your circus, by the way, you mentioned don't forget your circus is actually somewhere else. So you're not just circus people who came to help out. You're circus people who specifically went here to help out from a whole different town.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Circus is
how
an
do we
Absalom
define
right now.
ourselves as like circus people? Because isn't level 14 like some of the most skilled people on the planet?
If we use the traditional tier system that supposedly exists, you're on the cusp, if not, yeah, you're about on the cusp of tier 3, 4, like heroes of dimensions.
Yeah, because we're at legendary skills.
Again, book 4 is just a lot of filler.
We're legendary circus folk.
So instead of doing all this filler content, I think it might be a little bit more satisfying for us to just next time have a quick run about the mill, go after the head of the organization, get a little backstory and backlore, and then after that, my work will begin because next week is the last week I got before things get fuzzy. And then after that, we can see about the Absalom thing you wanted to do, right?
Yeah, we wanted to do some stuff, get an Absalom, find some people,
Make some friends, shake some hands, buy some cookies.
piss off the Pathfinder Society.
In the process, I'm probably going to have to look up all the treasure that you're supposed to get, gather it up, and give you some kind of reward that matches it so that... because experience and money are both progression tracks. And unfortunately, this isn't 3.5 or Pathfinder 1E where you can get kind of fast and loose. You kind of want to make sure your players have all those things. Alright, but first and foremost, it's level up time. It's level 15 if I'm correct.
It is.
Yeah.
Which is an ability score increase.
It's the fun level.
The big one.
It's eighth level spells.
Oh god.
Actually, if Pathfinder 2E has tiers, they would logically fall in the ability score increases. But I wouldn't know what all the tiers would be, because it does start off... Oh well.
Well, now that I'm level 15.
Oh, it appears that none of the actual encounters have it. They have some treasure, but it appears to be there's not a lot. Yeah, it's like a thing, another thing.
So, ability booster, how many this stage? We get 4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4. 18 or higher, plus 1. 17 or lower, plus 2.
We can only put 1 in each thing.
Yes.
Okay, so 18 strength.
So you can get 3 ATs if you want to.
I did.
You can set your dex up for 22, or you can say, I'm done. No, you can take your dex up to 21. It's to set it up for 22.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm taking that. Well, there's no reason to set it up because.
Don't forget, you get another skill training from your int. And you are now big and muscular. What does Ruby look like? Ruby, let's take a look. Ooh. Look at that con score.
Greater weapon specialization.
I want to see Ruby with the big muscles.
Flex.
What else is at level 15? General feat and other cool base increases. Yeah, I think 15 is one of the tiers. It's gotta be. Look at this. The fighter gets evasion. That's pretty nice. Greater specialization. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Improved flexibility. Each day you can take 2 fighter feats of 8th or lower. And the second one would be woof, woof. God,
Hey, I'm trained in stealth now.
that's fucking nuts that you can just take a 14th level or lower feat just like that.
I can also get a bonus skill because of my increased int.
Whirlwind strike. Whee!
Screw it. I'm legendary in acrobatics now.
Why the hell not? All right, let's see what's on the Oracle and what's on the Wanger table.
Oh, I'm also now legendary in reflex saves
Ooh,
and master fort.
when you fail, you take half damage. On the damaging. Oh, that's pretty cute.
Doesn't even matter if I roll a 1.
And on critical failures, you get a failure.
Yeah, I either fail or crit succeed. There's no in between anymore.
Also, your perception is now legendary, which should help with your initiative. Also, you get
My
weapons back.
initiative is now 24.
And what about oracles? Oracles. Oh, it's an uneven. Do we get anything slot wise? Oh hell, Bella gets 8th level slots.
Oh yeah. It's a small list, but
Small flex, but okay. And you get master spellcast tool. Let's see, what's on the divine list, 8th level? Let's just. Oh wow, that is a really small list. Anti magic field, the canticle of everlasting grief, devour life,
okay. I think I know what I'm getting. I
discern
haven't looked at it
location,
yet.
divine armageddon, divine aura, divine
Armageddon.
inspiration, moment of renewal, spiritual
Gotta say it
epidemic.
is Armageddon. It's the rules. It's how Rauko says it.
Yeah. Spiritual epidemic and summon deific herald. Which one are you taking, Bella? I think you get
Probably
2
the-
though.
Fine Armageddon. Yeah.
Yeah, you get 2. Let's take a look. See. Discern location is an 8th level spell. Fucking really? You learn.
It's also an unlimited range.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's look at Divine Armageddon. Here we go. You call forth a divine cataclysmic from your deity, destroying a living and undead creature in the area alike. Why does it have to specify living and undead? Creatures in the area. Oh, that's why. Take 10d6 negative damage and 10d6 alignment damage. Chosen from your alignments your deity has. If your deity is true neutral, increase the negative damage by 4d6 instead of dealing alignment damage. That's lame. A creature harmed by positive damage, such as those with negative healing, take positive damage instead of negative damage from the spell. Oh, that's why. Gotcha. You can't cast it if you don't have a deity. This is
Right.
hilarious.
I could just hit you with the full force of the cosmos.
It's 120 feet range with a 60-foot burst, aka you now have a pocket nuke. What's the other spell you're taking?
I don't know.
What's Devour Life look like? It's death, healing, negative. Okay. You utterly consume a life force. They take 16 negative damage. Fort save. Reduces to 0. Dies immediately. You regain half to the damage they took.
Actually, if I don't do legendary acrobatics, don't do this. I can get legendary arcana, and then I can get
What's
unified
spiritual?
theory.
Oh yeah. Summon Deific Herald is one of those incarnate spells.
Okay, I'm taking unified theory as my skill feat.
Delightful.
I can now understand all forms of magic, no matter what type they are, using arcana.
Cool. God
Oh.
dang nerd.
Is strong enough to freely summon a direct representative of your deity, the deity's herald.
Yeah, incarnate
Oh.
spells, they do a thing on the arriving turn, and then they do a thing on the next turn too. I don't know why they write it as arrive and depart when it really is just a 2-turn spell, effectively. It's really dumb. Let's see, yours is chaotic good, so Aura of Liberation. Within 100 feet, you and your allies gain the liberating step reaction. That's awful, unless you're dealing with someone who really likes to grab you. And when he goes away, Radiating Freedom. Gain freedom of movement for 3 rounds. Well, that's stupidly specific, considering that some of these other things cause explosions to happen, but alright.
Yeah.
Hey, if you take it,
I mean, to be fair, Desnet has multiple alignments. I can peek at chaotic neutral.
I can do what I want, Dad. What
Like,
is K?
it does say the effect of spell depends on your deity's alignment, not like your alignment.
Gosh. Resistance against lawful damage has limited utility though, but anti-magic field's a fun one. It's at the very least a nice bully move. If you, my spellcasts have not been that common. Sustained to 10-foot emanation, 3 actions. Oof. Anti-magic field, more like anti-magic investment. Don't forget that there's also like spells that just heighten nicely at 8th level too.
Yeah, like I could just boost my my righteous might. I don't use it often, but yeah, I could just swap it there and make that my
Oh yeah, righteous might heighten to 8 and they become a large, big Bella. You 1821 plus your level, which would be 36. Resist
Mine's
50.
37, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Attack modifier of plus 28, a damage bonus of plus 15, and athletics of 29. Big Bella.
Big strong Bella.
Oh yeah, next level for Eldritch Archer. I get a really stupidly powerful spell for archery. I get
Do you now?
Phase Arrow.
Delightful.
One action. I shoot an arrow that goes through everything. It ignores all non-magical barriers, all walls, all shields, all concealment, all cover, and hidden stuff.
You get wall
It gets a
hacks.
+4 to hit anything wearing armor too.
Zoinky Woinkies.
yeah, just move righteous might down to 8th level and get a new 6th level spell. Or faster way to do this.
Not a clue.
Gosh.
Gosh.
Yeah, just do that, and then hit the 8, and I think.
Glitter Dust, Summon Anarch, Scintillating Safeguard, Heal. So many beautiful spells. Oh, 2 more levels and you can get the biggest heroism boost in the world. Does this actually work? No, no way.
There you go. Down to 8.
Heck yeah.
I want to get at 6 now.
Wait, let's see if this does this properly. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can just... Okay, cool. Gotcha. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, well.
I got improved flexibility when I leveled
Yes.
up, which means I gotta pick like a
Yep.
level 14 thief.
Yep, I commented on that. Real nice, thank you.
I was summarizing. I was gonna say I got Stance Savant.
That's pretty nice.
Basically always in my lunging stance.
You're just so eager to get into things.
I'm always ready.
Next time our heroes will go for the heart of the matter.
I took Field of Life for 6th level.
Field of Life. Let's take a look. What's all that stuff like? Oh yeah, that one.
It's like when there's a field, it's full of life.
Yeah, it just heals everyone for 1d8 as long as they're inside of it. But it's like a pretty big area.
Alora's
And
so
also,
big.
if you have a,
Undead they hurt, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like heal, but it happens every turn. It's like a first level heal that happens every turn.
Yeah.
It's really weird scaling that it increases to 1d10 and then 1d12 for some reason. I guess it's to encourage you to use it more as a weakness trigger than anything else.
Yeah.
Wee. Why doesn't it heighten to 10th level?
Because you don't want to roll 1d20s for heals.
Get out of here. Next time our grand heroes are going to go to a beautiful place.
Yay!
Well, first you have to take care of the siege. But lucky for you, the other guys who've been taking care of business for you will be able to point you in the right direction. You can nip this whole situation right in the bud after making it through some of their toughest defenses, and then we'll see how things work out for you. And more importantly, we'll see what's up with the tower that has no orb on it. Although I think I already told you everything about that. We'll see anyway.
We got the gist, the rundown. But we'll see how it actually plays out.
Delightful.
Oh, hey, next level I can get greater distracting shot, which means I can just cause enemies to be flat-footed if they're my hunted target, without having to use an extra action.
Also, I just realized my 7th level spells are devoted to the moon. Like, solely.
Da
You're the
moon.
opposite of Dark Souls.
The moon is cool. It's like space.
I got Moonburst, I got Moonlight Ray, and I got Cosmic Form, which I'm just exclusively going to use Moon, because that's how Alora and Desna roll.